Steve's response to the theme is, I am my own boss. There are no obstacles standing in my way. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Visentin, Inspirational Disgust. Inspirational Disgust.
Every morning in Africa, a gazelle wakes up. He knows he must outrun the fastest lion, or he'll be eaten alive. Every morning in Africa, a lion wakes up. He knows he must outrun the slowest gazelle, or he'll starve to death. It doesn't matter whether you're a lion or a gazelle. When the sun comes up, you better be running. You have to know what motivates you. For most of us, it's not gaining benefits. There's a lot of benefits to be gained in this society. Sometimes negative, fear motivation can move us forward. It might be as simple as asking yourself, if things continue the way they're going, how will my life be 10 years, 15 years down the road? You might get a little psychological leverage on yourself by asking that kind of question. Negative can become very positive. And I realized this the other day. I was in a spa. It wasn't much of a spa. Don't be impressed. It was just a crummy hotel with a gym attached. And the gym was poorly ventilated. It had some outdated equipment. And I looked around. It had been a long week. And I decided I'd just take a shower and soak in the hot tub. But before I got into the shower, I stepped up on the scale, and to my disgust, I gained 15 pounds somehow. And I went to the attendant and I said, the scale's got to be wrong. When was the last time you checked the scale? He said, yesterday. And I thought, I am 58, I'm getting older. Maybe all that chocolate I've been eating is catching up with me. Maybe I haven't been working out as hard as I thought I was. I said, are you sure? When was the last time you checked it? He says, yesterday we checked it, it's perfect. And I decided right then and there to work out. And I worked out like I was on that show, The Biggest Loser. You ever watch The Biggest Loser? And I started to work out. I was working out. And when I went back to the hotel, I took my wife out to dinner and I ordered a salad with oil and vinegar and water to drink. We all know what to do, but sometimes we have to get motivated. And sometimes that motivation has to be a little nasty, has to be a little negative. I thought to myself, there's no way I want to be a big, fat, lard butt chiropractor. That's it! No way! To draw the line. Sometimes that's what it takes. When I got home from the spa, I jumped up on my own scale, and to my surprise, I weighed 200 pounds. And I thought, that idiot, that spa attendant lied to me. There's no way I could have lost 15 pounds in one weekend. I don't care how hard you work out. I must have lost 2 or 3 pounds at most. And then I thought, well, maybe he was a genius because I did work out. I did use the facility. I was the only one there. But I worked out like crazy. It worked for me, and it might work for you. If you envision where things are going. You know, at the turn of the century, the insane asylums were horrible. They chained people to radiators. People laid in their own filth. They yelled and screamed and cried all day long. But something very positive would happen when new inmates were brought in. They'd be brought in straitjackets, and they'd look around, and they'd hear the sounds, and they'd smell the smells, and they'd see where they were going, and many of them just came back into reality. They became model citizens. Just walking into the place, they realized where they were going. Perhaps they were inspirationally disgusted in much the same way yours truly was. Sometimes that's what it takes to get a little leverage on yourself. Some of us don't need more benefits. There's certainly a lot of benefits in this society. Some of us need a metaphorical gun to our head to make a move. And maybe your boss is taking you for granted. Maybe the people at home don't appreciate you. And perhaps you've been drinking too much and you want to draw the line. I want you to ask yourself this one question. How will things be 10 years from now, 15 years from now, if they continue along this way? And just go into the vault of your mind and just project it, how it might be. And that might give you the courage to go into the boss and say, hey, we've got to meet. We've got to do things differently. Or to meet with your family and say, I feel unappreciated. This is what you're doing to me. This is why I feel this way. Or before you take that next drink, you might see yourself living under a bridge somewhere, homeless, cold. And that might be enough to give you the mental leverage that it takes to move forward again. The benefits are out there. Perhaps we've been oversold on the idea of motivation. Perhaps what we really need is to realize the serious negative consequences of our behavior if we don't change. Because change is always uncomfortable. Personal change, it's going to take a period, and you know that this is true, where you're going to be uncomfortable. And to get that uncomfortable, you might just want to get a grip and realize where things are going and decide about the worst case scenario and that you definitely don't want to go there. It doesn't matter, you see, whether you're a lion or a gazelle. When the sun comes up, you better be running. And ladies and gentlemen, the last time I looked, the sun is up.